Today we're going to discuss basic concepts about Apex. To do that, we'll first log into the Apex system with Apex admin. To do that, you have to write in the URL after ords Apex admin. Apex admin. So this is the login page for administrative user. You can also log into the same admin user like this. See, simple login user, but you will have to mention the workspace name as internal admin and give the password. This is the equivalent of the administrative privilege login as I showed a few seconds earlier. This is the same. So you can log into the Apex administration with from the URL also, and or from regular login with mentioning the workspace as internal. Okay. Now let's log into the administrative console. We are into the administrative console. This is the look you're going to get. See at the right side this is my login information. My username is admin, workspace name is internal, and role is administrator. Now this is manage request, this is manage instances, this is manage workspace, this is monitor activity. Most all of these are not required right now. We are going to discuss about user and role and how to create application in this session. In Apex, we have three types of users. One is administrator, one is developer, and one is end user. Administrator user does all the administrative tasks like creating user, creating roles, creating developing applications, modifying the applications, deleting the applications, and also the user of the application. So all the tasks possible in Apex interface can be done by administrator user. This is the super user. Developer user is a software developer in Apex interface who can develop new application, create pages, edit pages, and do whatever a developer can do. A developer is also an end user. That means a developer can run and test the application as an end user. The most commonly used, most of the users of an Apex application are end users. End users are the real users of the applications. End user cannot develop or edit any application, any page or application in Apex, nor it can do any administrative jobs like creating users, roles, etc. So, and these are the real users of the application. Like, for example, you have created an application which is ERP application, and here all the users, all the business users should be maybe a end users. And here, for example, for HR, you have created a role which can do particular jobs and which is allowed a particular pages. Now, the end users may be assigned the job, the group HR, so that the end user can do the particular job assigned for a HR group. Workspace is nothing but an interface between the development of Apex and the database schema. You have a schema in database where you have created tables, you store data and everything and all the objects in the schema. Now to create an application on that schema, you have to create an workspace on that schema in Apex first. So to begin with your application development, you must create an workspace. This is the basic concept. And for the very beginning, to create an workspace, you must create as an workspace admin. I mean, as an Apex admin, like admin of the workspace internal. You have to click on manage workspace, or you can do it from this menu also. Okay, let's click. Create workspace, create multiple workspace, remove workspace, lock, etc. Different options you can do here. Let's see in the existing workspace what is there. See, only the internal workspace is there. So we will have to create an workspace on this. Let's create. Click on create workspace. Name of the workspace should be maybe WSHR. ID will be a unique ID. Generally, it is specified by Apex. You can also specify the workspace ID, for example, like this, whatever you like, but I am keeping it blank, so it will assign a random number for the workspace ID, and this is the workspace name. Apex do not have any limitation on how many workspace you can create in Apex. Now what it is asking for is create workspace here, identify schema. Now, as we earlier said, workspace is the interface between the developer and the database schema. So workspace must be assigned to a schema. But it says reuse existing schema. Yes. Schema name. What is the schema name? Click here. A page comes. This is the HR schema. I have selected HR. Password and other are blank. You see, workspace. This workspace creation has an option to create a schema also from this page. If you don't have any schema already defined, you can create a schema, database schema also while creating a workspace. But in my environment, I prefer to create the schema ahead of creating the workspace. This is the standard practice. I think you should also follow this. Now next. Now identify administrator. Administrator's name. This is the administrator user's name, admin. Administrator password, first name, last name, and this is the email. Any email is granted here. You can create assign your name here. Now you see admin user of the admin user has been assigned by default as workspace user, admin. and this is the password. You have to mention the password while I have given my name. You can do this yourself. Do you have any question? Like, I am logged in as admin, and here is also admin. So, to clarify the ambiguity, let me explain a bit. We are creating a different workspace, and the different workspace can have different admin. So that means the username of an workspace must be unique to that particular workspace. You can create a multiple of any number of workspace users you want, but those users must be unique within that workspace. And as an and when you create an user, it has an user ID assigned to it, and Oracle Apex manages those. Now each user has an ID. So very important to notice that the user ID must be unique within the whole database. So that means the admin here in internal workspace and admin here in WSHR workspace, although has the name admin name, they have the different user ID. Let's go next. Now you have to confirm request. Okay, create workspace. Workspace created. Now done. Now let's see existing workspaces. See here, this is the workspace we have just created. Now let's drill down a bit. You see, this is the workspace generic information, schema assignment, HR. First schema assignment means you can assign multiple workspaces for the same workspace, multiple schema for the same workspace. And this is the workspace ID that is assigned automatically by the Apex engine. This is the schema name, and this is the workspace name. Now let's move to workspace detail. Workspace detail, you can, let's see, set. These are the details of workspace, and manage users. Let's go to manage users. Only one user is here, which was created while creating the workspace. This is the only user we have created, and in our we can also create different users like create user. Let's see how it WSDEV. It should be developer user dev at testlab.com. Any name can be here. Workspace assignment. This is the workspace is assigned to default schema HR. Password. password. Require change a password on first use. You can select no or yes. I am keeping it yes so that we can show you how it behaves. Now you can also create and create another. Okay, let's create. It will be a developer. Let's mention that. Yeah, it is. It will be a. It will be a. It's saying that user is an administrator. No. User is a developer. Yes. Okay. So it can application builder access yes. What SQL access yes. Team developer access yes. Account availability unlocked. Okay. Now this will be a developer user. Create and create another. Now one user has been created. Now another user is going to be created like end HR. END HR. Okay. END HR. This is the HR END. This is a user. Okay, no problem. END at testlab.com. Default use schema. Date format. No, not required right now. Default workspace is this one. Default schema is also this one. Now what you have to do is user is not an administrator, even not an administrator, and neither it is an developer. So it's not a developer also. See, all these options have been blurred. Team developer access, no, it is unlocked. Now let's password. Okay. Now create. So these are the two users, HR end and WS dev. These are the two. You see account type, admin is workspace admin, and end user, one is end user and one is developer. Okay. Now this is the three types of workspace user you can create in Apex. So now workspace is created and workspace three types of users have been created. Now what we will have to do, we will log out from the administrator panel and log into the workspace. Sign out. Now return to sign in page. Now here will be WSHR admin. Now it's asking for changing the password. Now you're logged into the WSHR new workspace. See, this is the name I have given while creating the workspace. This is the workspace name, role administrator. Okay, edit profile, you can edit also. We're not going to do that. Now we have to create the application. So let's go to application builder. Now you see you can create import dashboard, monitor dashboard and workspace activity, etc. Now we're going to create it. Now, for example, you have an application developed in other database, and you want to use it in your server, so you can import it. Import the application with the import utility. But we're not going to import it. We're going to create the application. Now, create. By default, it is the desktop application. Go to next. Now, see, the default name is admin1. We're going to name differently apphr. Okay. By default, application ID is 100. Now, application ID must be unique, and this ID is randomly selected by the Apex interface, Apex engine. But you can change the application ID as you wish. But you have to take care if that the application IDs are unique throughout the application, throughout the system, throughout the total database. You must maintain application IDs unique. Okay. The theme is it is talking about the universal theme. We're not going to use universal theme. We like to change it. You can also change it. Let's see builder blue. Okay, this is the scheme theme we can create. So next. Now go through the default next. Now it's asking for copy shared component from another. No, this is the first application here, so we're not going to copy. We cannot copy anything from others. It's the new application. Next. Now it's confirming about the thing. On level. Here is a very important thing: application authentication scheme. What kind of authentication scheme you want? You see, three types of authentication scheme are there: application express account, database account, no authentication. Application express account means your users will be Apex users. That means you will create all the users in the Apex interface or through Apex APIs. Okay, one level tab is one level tab, and all are kept as it is there. Next. Now it is confirming. Now create. Let's run it. It is created. Let's run the application. You can run it here and also here. This is a run button. You can do it here also, and you can run it here also. Let's run it. How it's like. Admin. This is the login page. This is the first application page here. So now this is the. Now you can. Let's go to the administrative console of this workspace. This here and administration. This is the administrative privilege, administrative console of this workspace. So now you can see here manage users and groups. Let's go there. think this video will help you understand the basic information about Apex. Thank you for watching. Thank you everyone.